Hey, today I wanted to talk about, one of the primary things in sobriety is expectations and also acceptance. So expectations are nothing but premeditated resentments. Say that again. Expectations are nothing but premeditated resentments. And resentments are like the number one fuel for people in addiction and alcoholics. It just fuels that fire of the victim mentality and self-pity. So this is from page 60 in the AA Big Book. The first requirement is that we be convinced that any life run on self-will can hardly be a success. On that basis, we are almost always in collision with something or somebody, even though our motives are good. Most people try to live by self-propulsion. Each person is like an actor who wants to run the whole show. Is forever trying to arrange the lights, the ballet, the scenery, and the rest of the players in his own way. And I know, in my life, trying to do that, trying to control situations around me, whether my intentions were good, it's like trying to steer a roller coaster. It doesn't work, right? We're trying to steer one of those rides in like a fun house where all the scary things pop out. You can't steer it. You just have to learn that things are going to happen, and you have to learn to accept them, rather than trying to hold on so tightly and steer something that's just going to bring so much conflict into your inner life. Having those expectations and trying to control the things around you. And page 417 in the AA Big Book as well. Acceptance is the answer to all my problems today. When I'm disturbed, it's because I find some person, place, or thing, or situation, or some fact of my life unacceptable to me. I can find no serenity until I accept that person, place, or thing, or situation being exactly the way it is supposed to be at this moment. Nothing, absolutely nothing, happens in God's world by mistake. Until I could accept my alcoholism, or addiction, or codependency, whatever, I could not stay sober, unless I accept life completely on life's terms. I cannot be happy. I need to concentrate not so much on what needs to be changed in the world, but what needs to be changed in me. And that's the only thing we really have control over, is how I react and what things going on around me, who's trying to control the lights, the stage, and the actors. And as somebody who was in film school, being a director, I literally had to do that. And growing up walking on eggshells, you're hyper aware of all your surroundings and trying to manage those things. And everyone that's codependent can probably relate to that, of walking on eggshells and walking in fear constantly. So your nervous system is just on edge, so you become hyper vigilant of everything around you. Little changes in tone of voice or body language and things like that. So rather than trying to control the situations and feeling like you have to work to be loved, you have to perform to be loved, just coming to the realization through sobriety that you already are. You already are someone, you already are something. The ego tries to tell us you have to perform to be somebody or to be something, but that's the lie. We already are. We don't have to perform. And unfortunately, along the way, we learn that from our family or our relationships. And being able to let go of those things, doing the steps, is such a gift. And one of the biggest ways I learned that is, pain is the greatest touchstone of spiritual growth. Pain is the greatest teacher. So instead of running from it, as people in addiction do, running from the pain of feeling like nobody cares or nobody loves us or nobody will ever love us or we're not good enough, instead of having to run from that now, and we can actually sit with those feelings and not be scared to face them, we can face what that is. And realizing, for myself, that I was running from the feeling that nobody would ever love me as much as I love them. And that's where, with the codependency aspect, that leads to addiction as well. Learning to love yourself and having God answer that question of, who am I? Who are you? Rather than the world and all the broken people around you telling you who you are. Just letting God show you. And one of the best ways to do that is through acts of service and doing things for other people. And, what a gift that is once we're outside of our own head and being stuck in our own frustrations of why things aren't going our way. We can jump into the stream of life and just flow in the fourth dimension, as they say in the big book, of God's will moving around us. Is so much easier to see and to hear when we're not stuck in our own head. And, what can I pack into the stream of life? It talks about, what can I do for the people around me? And, I find a lot when I'm doing acts of service for others, that's when things change and when things happen. So, if you're feeling stuck and if you're feeling frustrated with life, I encourage you to just surrender. That is the key. Surrender it to God. If you're tired of being tired of being sick and tired, things not going well, if you're tired of, banging your head against the wall, things not changing, surrender it. Surrender to your higher power. Give it to God. And see what happens. Stop trying to drive the roller coaster. Put your arms up and enjoy the ride. And hope you have a great day, a great weekend. God bless, and stay emotionally sober.